very warm welcome to Rondebosch Boys High on the famous Tinkie Heyns. Rondebosch under 14A just took the field. We're waiting for SACS to run on. Welcome to all the guys who've linked in from on YouTube and all over the place. For what promises to be a great game of rugby. Nice cool conditions here on Tinkie with a slight northwester blowing, but yeah, perfect playing conditions, and we should be seeing some lovely running rugby from the future of SACS rugby and the future of Rondebosch rugby. SACS take the field in their famous stripe, blue and white, and they'll be playing from right to left, and Rondebosch will be kicking off, playing with the slight breeze at their back. Jack to kick off, he kicks very deep. That is a big kick, and they deep into the 22 of SACS. Really using that little bit of breeze. It does get stronger as the day goes on, and immediately Rondebosch with some territory. How you doing, Tiago? Good, 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 good.
Sorry, a bit late.
No, good. Lekker. I got. Yeah, you must actually just get in. Let's move this like this there. Yeah, bullshit. Can I use something?
Yeah, sure.
Now we have to share the mic in that job. Line it for SACS. They've gone for a 6-man. Ball at the back, but a difficult throw with this wind today. So brave option there, Kofi. Welcome to Coach Kofi. Their game, the under 15A match, got cancelled today. Everybody was looking forward to a massive game between the under 15s from Rondebosch and SACS, but unfortunately COVID got hold of it and tackled it into touch, and that's why we have you with us. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances, but it's just the way of life right now. Good run here from Rondebosch. Try time in the corner.
Yeah, Morne van der Merwe, a big unit, pouncing that loose ball, and Rondebosch on the scoreboard.
Very good start, very good start. Less than 2 minutes on the board.
Okay, good man.
Less than 2 minutes on the board, and it looks like Rondebosch got a 5-pointer. Well deserved, I'm not sure, but always good to start on the right foot.
Yeah, I think that northwester blowing in the Rondebosch on their backs is quite effective. Big kickoff deep into the 22, got them territory early, and they're coming away with points, which is very important.
I've got my cable there if you want.
Yes,
I've got my cable for you.
They're good.
Just off the post there. Beautiful kick from the left-hand side, just didn't have the legs. Rondebosch 5-0 to the good. 3.5 minutes gone. Let's see if they can take this kick off. Collected by Toga Matwai. Good leg wrap tackle there. Just outside the 22. Kadima clears. Connor Pathon with a bit of a carry. Loopy pass to Caleb Jenica. Takes it into contact. Nice breakdown work there by Rondebosch on the edge. And a quick release. Off to the outside.
Nice
Good
hands.
hands. Oh, the ref calls it for forward pass, but Good shape there by Rondebosch. And
Yeah,
looks
the
like a penalty. Sorry, Clint.
Yeah, the Bosch boys certainly looking like they've come to play. Some nice hands by the guys and some good carries early on. Panamera feels like he's got a little bit of a pincher there on the shoulder. And Randall finds touch off that penalty.
It's a really good start here by Rondebosch. Couple of phases, obviously scored the early try, so the momentum is with them, confidence is up.
I'm really excited to see little David Kadima playing at 9 today. His first outing at 9. Normally plays at fullback. Real little X factor at 9, and maybe this could be a future position for him.
What's the thought behind that, coach?
Well, the in-form 9, Kersey, he had to withdraw for injury, so it just kind of opened the door for Kadima. We've always thought that he might have a bit of a future there. Just suits the profile of the position, and yeah, so far doing a good job.
Outside run here from Rondebosch. Good opportunity to attack. Kadima clears in the blind. Unfortunately, the player has taken out Caleb Jenica. Good run by Rondebosch though. Started on their 10 meters or on the opposition 10 meters, and they've got all the way to the 22. Good attacking play by Rondebosch. Yeah, on Kadima there, coach. I think it's when it comes to development, it's never a bad idea to play players in different positions just so that they can get a feel of the game, from different positions. So it might be a good call to play him at 9 today. Tapped down by Rondebosch. Don't know if it's been seen by the referee. Good clean out by SACS. A little pick and go around the ruck there. In this area, you can't look to make too many mistakes. So you've got to clear it pretty quickly, and they've done that well.
Very good clearance by SACS. Threw a right foot at that, and I think he made good contact. It does seem like that wind is picking up a bit, so kickers are going to have a tough day out here today.
So it's Rondebosch ball just outside the 10 meters line. SACS half. Let's see what they can do with this ball. Good throw. Tidied up by Rondebosch. Good work by the hooker there. Kadima relieves the ball. Skip pass, hits the turf. Bit of a loop around there. Oh, knock on.
Soothing voice of Kofi.
Soothing voice. Knock on there by Rondebosch just outside the 10 meters line, so they've gone back in essence 20 meters from their own line out throw, which is pretty poor execution, but let's see what SACS have got here. Middle scrum, both sides to attack. Tiago, what do you think?
Well, I think we can try and win one against the head here and try and counter back and try and hopefully put a bit of pressure on SACS' defence there, because we look like we broke through quite easily for that first try. Yeah,
there's a little bit of space on the outside. There's a lot of space on the outside, big field. Obviously, boys aren't used to playing on a big field all too often, so there will always be space. But it's a good release and a good chip there. Caught at the back.
So sloppy clearance by Rondebosch.
Poor clearance. Good tackle though. SACS have made up about 25 meters.
We got
on
mans in
attack.
the ruck there, but SACS have cleared them out, and they've got
Good
a
clean.
big hit by Rondebosch.
Good clean.
Rondebosch turn over the ball just outside their 22, and penalty conceded by Rondebosch to SACS.
Penalty on the 22 here. Let's look at the decision. I think they might kick for goal. Yeah, that looks like the option. Kicking for goal.
With it being downwind, it's no brainer. Get some points on the board.
No brainer, eh?
Yeah, get some points on the board.
Good strike there, but unfortunately just to the right of the post. And the post gone down yet. 22
drop
kickoff,
off
sorry,
to
yeah.
Rondebosch. And 20 drop goes quite deep. Second in by SACS. SACS running up towards the right hand side of the field. And good tackle by Rondebosch. Double hit. But SACS eventually clear them out and they're getting hands out. Ball's going, hands, there's an overlap. And SACS are running towards Rondebosch 22, but it's a good tackle by Rondebosch. SACS eventually secure the ball, and the ball gets once out. But Rondebosch defense holds strong. SACS come again. Another good hit by Rondebosch. Penalty to SACS there for offside. And it looks like they're going to have another shot at goal.
Yeah, another shot at goal here. He just missed one pretty much on the same side. Same distance rather, but on the opposite side of the field. So pretty much another attempt at 3 points. Let's see if they can get it. But some nice attack there from SACS. Shifting the ball left and right in contact. Looking for space. Good scramble by Rondebosch. And an opportunity here as a result of the offside to go for 3 for SACS. Good attacking play.
And the penalty is good for SACS, 5-3 to Rondebosch. With 14 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, probably well deserved there by SACS. They kept the ball for a little bit, shifted the ball left and right. And some attacking play getting rewarded with some points there. So good kick from their kicker there. 5-3, like you said, to Rondebosch. Let's see what can happen now.
Rondebosch go deep with the kick into SACS 22. It's collected by SACS, they're running it up. But met by multiple Rondebosch defenders. And gets taken down, but SACS secure the ball. And the SACS go right. Do a little short kick to Rondebosch's half, but it's carried in by Rondebosch into SACS's. And SACS has just passed their 10, and Rondebosch secure the ball. Ball taken out, carried in. SACS missed driving player, but Rondebosch clear it. Once again, Rondebosch come. We've got players out wide. There's an overlap. Rondebosch go wide, it's taken in. But unfortunately, steps in touch in their 22. What do you think about that play there?
Very good play on the outside. 13 coming in on a short line, 12 going on around. Obviously sucking the players in from the outside there, but unfortunately, they couldn't finish it off in the corner. As soon as that ball gets some space, you probably want to get the quicker guys onto the ball as quickly as possible so that they can make as many meters as possible. But I really like that that kind of play, that kind of distribution from the Rondebosch 10. Shifting the ball into space, looking for space. That's what you want to see at this age group.
SACS line in their 22. They go with the back ball, and it's over the line out, and it's skewed.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's the second time that SACS have really gone at 4 ball, really, 4 and 6 ball, and it's very difficult for guys at this level to be able to throw, bearing in mind the wind as well, which plays a huge factor. You probably want to go very short there, 2 ball, secure the ball, and look to play downfield. But another mistake, and let's see what Rondebosch can do.
So obviously now that puts them under pressure. Now Rondebosch in their 22 with an attacking line out, and Rondebosch go front, set up for the maul. Maul's good by Rondebosch, and it's been sacked by SACS. Ball is available for Rondebosch. They pick and go around the right of the maul. And Rondebosch secure the ball once again on the ground. And once again they go for pick and go. Rondebosch making a few meters here. Penalty to Rondebosch. Not releasing, sorry. What do you think, Rondebosch? Oh, tap and go by Rondebosch. And Rondebosch get over the line. Great try by Rondebosch. 10-3 at the moment.
Yeah, excellent tap and go there by Rondebosch. You obviously got to look at the space and look at where you can eke out a little bit of space from the penalties, and they did really well there to get a tap and go. 10-3 to Rondebosch, and let's see if they can get the kick over.
I mean, it was a fantastic vision by the Rondebosch player to tap and go. SACS players weren't watching.
Well, yeah, I guess you can call it vision, but you just got to be alert, isn't it? Whether it's a penalty for you or for the team that you're playing against, whatever team you're in, you just got to be alert for that quick tap and go. And unfortunately, SACS in that instant weren't alert enough. A big carrier there by Rondebosch obviously puts them over for another 5-pointer. With this wind in the second half, it's going to be important that Rondebosch get as many points as possible so that they can have a nice, comfortable lead playing into the wind in the second half.
And unfortunately, the kick is missed by Rondebosch, but 10-3 with exactly 10 minutes left in the first half.
Rondebosch have been really good with the kick receipt. I wonder if SACS will do anything different here. Rondebosch have liked to move the ball into space before kicking it, so let's see if the same thing can apply in this instance.
It's a sloppy kick-off by SACS, but it could be a dodgy one, but Rondebosch secure the ball and secure the ball on the ground as well. I'm going to go with the forward, we're driving up, and it's a good amount of meters made by Rondebosch here. Rondebosch secure the ball once again. And they're going out wide with hands. Around the corner. And they're running towards the SACS line in their 22. But brought down, good tackle by the SACS defender. It's a little grubber in by Rondebosch. And Rondebosch unfortunately lost the ball. Well, it's a penalty now to Rondebosch.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Rondebosch really looked to shift the ball from the kickoff. Had about 3 or 4 phases there before Randall took the ball on the outside, gave it to Jenica, who made about 50 meters on the burst there. And unfortunately, they couldn't score the try in the corner. Nice little idea there by David Kadima to kick the ball through, but it was probably better to just shift the ball to the left-hand side, as they had big numbers on the left-hand side there. But Rondebosch line out 5 meters out from the line. Let's see if they can convert and score some points.
Well said, and they go with a
shift drive.
Yeah.
Shift drive.
And they're driving over the line, getting closer.
Exciting move here. Probably held up a little bit. Let's see what the ref says. Try time.
Try on Rondebosch, 15-3.
Rondebosch there with another 5-pointer. Very different type of 5-pointer there by Bosch, but looking extremely exciting in these opening stages. Only 17 minutes gone, but they've already got 15 points. It's looking like a long day in the office here for SACS. Exciting rugby there by Rondebosch.
I mean, the Rondebosch boys look very much up to the game today.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Thiago. I think the last time that these two teams played against each other, SACS won by 10 points to 11 at SACS. So obviously Rondebosch coming to this game with a lot to prove. Having the will to obviously throw the ball around a little bit and just make sure that they can eke some space by carrying the ball. So well done to Rondebosch so far.
Unfortunately, kick missed right, and the score remains 15-3 with 6.5 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, once again, here comes the kickoff. It's going to be interesting to see what SACS do. They look a little bit out of confidence at the moment, which is understandable at this level, you know, seeing 3 tries scored against you in very quick succession. Ooh, well done by SACS there by regathering the ball. The ball didn't go 10 initially, but the Rondebosch boys just watched it, and they could get punished here.
Yeah, I mean, SACS are going fast with numbers here, but Rondebosch defense is holding very strong here. But SACS secure the ball once again. But once again, Rondebosch boys meet them every single time. Meet them, so they're not giving them space. Slow ball for the SACS scrum off, and it's taken in by SACS. Rondebosch there. And once again, the ball secured, but the ball is slow. No scrum off available. It's a pick and go by SACS. Made a couple of meters, but the Rondebosch defense still holds strong. Once again, they go with the pick and go.
Yeah, they're playing with penalty advantage here now. I would suggest, obviously, they throw the ball around a little bit and have a crack. But if this is the way of doing it, so be it. But obviously, playing with a little bit of penalty advantage. I saw the ref give a penalty advantage earlier. There's a bit of a crack there by SACS 10. And another one down the blind side. Knock-on advantage it is right now. Let's see if SACS can get this ball and distribute it a little bit.
I mean, yeah, they've got numbers out wide, and I think they're trying to play that penalty advantage. And now that they go wide, they try and go with a little kick into the 22. It's a good idea, but Rondebosch still hold it and secure it. And there's a little overlap. And Rondebosch run with the ball. Beats one. Beats two, but taken down by the third man. But Rondebosch secure the ball just inside SACS's half. And again, meat is made by Rondebosch. But hands in the ruck there by SACS. But SACS have won it. SACS have got a penalty advantage.
Yeah, not 100% sure by the call there from the ref. Whether he thought that ball was in or not. I think he's calling it from the side. It looked like actually the SACS guy had come in from the side, the prop. But exciting run there by David Kadima on the outside. Jeez. A little bit of a talent there that Rondebosch have. Gonna have to look after him a little bit better with regards to the ball and the retention of the ball there by the Rondebosch pack. But good work by Rondebosch getting the ball to the 10 meters line. But unfortunately, they concede the penalty to SACS.
I mean, there's a couple of exciting prospects in this under-14 side.
Yeah, who stands out for you, Tiago?
Definitely David Gadima's up there. Randall's also playing really well. Yeah, there's a couple brilliant players playing. And just the whole team itself is also playing really well, so it's tough to pick up names.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. It's another ball to the tail there by SACS. Unfortunately, it's been knocked on by Rondebosch. Let's see if SACS can keep this ball and maybe do something with it. There's a little bit of space in the blind. You just have to release that ball there. Good work there by Toga Matwai. Making sure that ball isn't free for SACS to use. Big run here in the midfield by the SACS player. Quick recycle of the ball. Space on the outside with numbers as well to burn.
Rondebosch turned over the ball there. But a SACS advantage just on their 10. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Just a knock-on, sorry. I mean, we haven't seen many scrums in this game, man. So we don't know how the packs are going to hold.
Yeah, we haven't seen many scrums. It's probably a testament to how good the handling has been from both teams. Even when there's a knock-on, you generally get the other team trying to play a little bit of football, which is very good. And a positive sign of things to come in terms of their development, you know. But it's going to be interesting to see how the scrum holds up. Bosch scrum has generally been good, but SACS have got quite a heavy pack, so let's see if they can withstand the Bosch scrum. Oh, it's actually excellent scrum by SACS. And the ball is released to the outside. Nice carry from the fullback. Very impressive line speed there by Rondebosch. Off the line to get into the SACS half. Well recovered on the edge there. Big hit by SACS. Nice strong tackle there. Positive carry by Rondebosch.
Rondebosch again make meters and creep into SACS's 22. And Rondebosch secured once again. It's quick ball for Rondebosch. Once again made meters. And again quick ball.
Rondebosch again, go left, recycle left. But SAC line speed's actually been really well here. Rondebosch go left, there's numbers left.
Good hands by Bosch, and it's a try in the corner by Rondebosch on a well-worked blindside play there. Quick hands, look for space, and they've scored a 4th try in the corner. Well played, Rondebosch.
I mean, as you said earlier, Rondebosch line speed there is probably what gave them that try, because their line speed in this half has been really good.
It has been, hasn't it? I think there's been a big focus on the coach, Derek Mitchell, to throw a little bit of line speed and put the SACS attack under a little bit of pressure. And in that moment, it paid some hectic dividends and resulted in them scoring a try in the corner there. Well-worked try. Obviously, David Kadima picking it up from the base of the ruck and just shifting the ball into space on the outside. Beautiful hands by Rondebosch, which resulted in a corner try. Well done.
There you go, with the kick, Rondebosch. Looks like a good kick. And unfortunately missed just to the left, and that is half time. 23 to Rondebosch.
Yeah, very good first half there by Rondebosch, shifting the ball into space characteristically, looking for space on attack, good line speed on defense.
It's all right with his name. He's been playing. He's made lots of moves. Oh,
Right winger,
yeah.
Caleb Jenica.
Oh, he's played well.
Yeah, the curly hair.
Yeah.
Good player, that.
You guys haven't played since Bishops, eh?
No, we played against Bishops. I'm not playing against this year.
Yeah. So this is the last game of the.
No, there's supposed to be one more against Weinberg on Tuesday, but because of the time frame, guys are not going to make that, you know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's life. Still some time. How the Oaks looking? I was too disappointed to come and train because my lights is not playing. I was too disappointed. I was like, ugh. Even today I wasn't gonna come, but I decided support the boys. The boys need us. You know what I'm saying? The boys need us. But yeah. Thanks, boss. I wish I had headphones and I'd definitely Instagram myself. Mic'd up. Mic'd up.
Yeah. And we're just about to get underway for the second half of Rondebosch SACS under 14. 25 minutes to play, all to play for. And we're underway, and it's a kick that's just made the 10. Rondebosch collected in. Rondebosch make meters towards SACS' halfway line. Rondebosch clear out, and they drive up, but SACS meet them. And change of direction by the Rondebosch scrummy. There's hands left, and it's a looping pass, and they go hands again, and they're making meters, but good tackle by SACS, taken out on SACS' 10. But unfortunately, there's a SACS player down just off picture. What do you think about that little burst of play there?
Yeah, decent burst of play. Obviously, a little bit worrying from the SACS side that they can't get that kick 10, especially with the wind at their backs. Just want to see if the player's going to be all right there. I think it might have been a little bit of a head clash in the center of the field, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, good burst by Rondebosch, big skip pass. Probably don't want to skip the ball with an overlap. You probably want to just take it through the hands. So big skip pass by the fly half. And unfortunately, there wasn't enough space for the winger to play that ball. But it looks like Rondebosch have carried on in terms of the speed of their play. They're going to keep it in, the tempo nice and fast and look to take SACS left and right. Probably keep the ball in hand more than kick the ball in this half. So exciting stuff so far.
What would you be telling the Rondebosch boys at halftime? What would the halftime team talk be like?
Yeah, my halftime team talk would be pretty simple. I'd be pretty happy with the 17-point lead that we have. Of course, a few more kicks at goal wouldn't help the scoreboard and making the scoreboard look a little bit more pleasant to me as a Rondebosch coach. But you probably want to do the same things. You probably want to keep the ball a little bit more. You don't want to kick it for no reason. You're also playing against the wind. The line speed is very good on defense, so you want to shore that up. Make sure that you make your first up tackles, gang up if you can, and attack the breakdowns that you need to attack. Obviously, you don't want to put too many people in the breakdown because they can kick the ball into space, and you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable in those moments. So you want to keep the ball. From the SACS side, you probably just want to test the Rondebosch centers. The centers are good tacklers, but sometimes I think because they push so quickly on D, you could confuse them a little bit with some second man plays, third man plays in that space. And then obviously look for space a little bit behind the defense that's rushing up a little bit. So there's a lot of challenges that the coaches can obviously look to pose for the teams that they're playing against, and it will be exciting to see what solutions each team has for the other team that they're playing against.
I mean, couldn't agree more. That's well said. Obviously, I'm not a coach, but that's yeah.
Speak your mind.
No.
Speak your mind, Thiago. Speak your mind.
No, that's
Even at under 16 level, you try and not overcoach the players because it's got to be about them developing their skills in different situations. Whether it's receiving a kick, whether it's kicking, whether it is attacking space, you've got to create as many situations for the players in order for them to learn, the different facets of the game without actually telling them and instructing them to do too much. It's only really at open age group really where you're kind of managing players and managing where you want to play on the field, as the results are far more important at that age group than it is at under 14, 15 and under 16. So it's just really based on the psychology of the players and in essence of the coaches as well, in terms of what they want to do and where they want to play and how they want to affect the game essentially.
exactly. Like, I mean, under 14, under 15, you also want the boys to enjoy their rugby as well.
100%. You want them to enjoy. It's not about you as a coach. It's not about you as a referee. You're only there to facilitate and guide them through the game, teach them what they need to know, the basics, but you're not there to ensure that they get wins. If they get wins, that's a bonus. You obviously want to create a good culture in the school, but you just want them to enjoy. You want to give them the freedom to enjoy themselves in the field and just play rugby to the best of their ability. So that's what it's about at that age group.
I hope that SACS player is all right. He looks like he's been stretched off, and hopefully he's going to be all good. But we're going to get back underway here with the SACS lineup on their 10. So I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I'm hoping he'll be all right as well. There's been a couple of unfortunate incidents throughout schoolboy rugby over recent times, and I think it's just obviously, it could be a fitness conditioning or even a technique thing. So it's very important that guys are safe.
And there was a big hit by a big carry by Rondebosch, and we just didn't get over their defensive line into their 22, but a collective well by SACS. And SACS it looks like the fullback making a run there, but tackled well by Rondebosch. And SACS piled in the numbers to secure the ball. And SACS go with the pick and go once again. And they're making meters. They're trying to secure the ball. And I think they do have the ball. It seems like SACS like going with the pick and goes around the racks.
Yeah, it's a less risky. Type of play. But unfortunately, if you don't look after the ball in that instance, Rondebosch will pick at you and score the try like just did. So it's important that if you do your pick and goes, you look after the ball. And I think that's a third try there by the Rondebosch player, and he comes in for a hat trick if I'm not mistaken. So well done there by Rondebosch.
I mean, yeah, that was great play, Rondebosch. That was great. Just quick through the ruck. SACS was slow. They came through the middle, and SACS had nothing to counter it. And we just turned out of the ball and simply just went in and scored. Scores 25-3. I think it's actually 5 tries for the good.
Yeah, 5 tries to nothing at the moment. Rondebosch haven't kicked a goal over yet, and hopefully they can kick a goal now and make it 27-3. But it's been really exciting play by Rondebosch, really bullying the SACS, excuse me for a lack of a better term, but bullying the SACS breakdown and making it horrendous really for SACS to operate those pick and goes that they like so much.
Unfortunately, missed just right by the Rondebosch fly off, but the score remains 25-3 with, I'm not sure how much time left, around 20 minutes.
Yeah, 17 and a half minutes to go. They don't stop time for injuries or anything like that, so we have 25 minutes running time. And so, yeah, 17 and a half minutes to go with the SACS kickoff on halfway. And we know how dangerous Rondebosch has been with the kickoff, so let's see if they can do something interesting here.
SACS go right again, but they go deep into Rondebosch 22, but it's collected well by Rondebosch. And it's a big carry and a big hit by Rondebosch. And Rondebosch get quick ball for the scrummy. And it's a forward ball by Rondebosch. And again, meters made by the Rondebosch forwards. And again, quick ball by Rondebosch. And again, a carry by Rondebosch forwards, making meters. Rondebosch get the ball out of hands. And they make meters again. It's a good play, but unfortunately it's a forward pass by Rondebosch.
Yeah, exciting play there by Bosch, keeping the ball alive with some offloads. Unfortunately, that last pass went forward. But really exciting play from the kickoff. Like I've said, it's one of the areas that Rondebosch have excelled in today, straight off the kickoff. They've looked to play, they've looked to shift the ball into space. And it's so exciting to see at this age group.
And I mean, an area where Rondebosch has actually been really well is their forward carries have been excellent. They've made meters every single time with their forward carries.
Yeah, they really have. What I'd like to see also is maybe a little bit of a step away from contact. So shifting the point of contact slightly and not just bashing in. Yes, they're a little bit bigger and stronger at this stage. But in terms of your development, you want to learn to shift the ball into space, even as a ball carrier. You don't want to be too direct in the way that you're running into the opposition. Quick tap here by SACS as they look to get some points in the second half.
And SACS, the scrummy just goes for a little box kick into Rondebosch 22, collected well. And we're running in. Does a little step, does 2 defenders and offloads the ball. And Rondebosch have got numbers here. Randall carrying the ball up. He beats 1, 2, 3. Another defender beaten. Running into SACS' 22. And eventually brought down by the SACS defenders. But it's quick ball by Rondebosch. And again we go with the forwards. Does a little step there. And again, quick ball. Rondebosch continue going to the right. And it's a knock on by SACS, trying to go for the interception.
Jeez, big run there by Randall. In the centers there. Probably thought, you know what, let me just take the SACS boys on by myself. Show them a little bit of what power is. And he's made 60, 70 meters from the initial break by Caleb Jenica. Exciting run there by Rondebosch. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish it off as a result of a knock-on by SACS. But they've got a scrum just over 10 meters out from the SACS line. Let's see what play they can manufacture here to score a try.
Just a scrum reset. But I mean, yeah, that was a fantastic carry by Randall. And he he beat, what, 5, 6, 7 defenders there before brought down in their 22.
Yeah, really exciting carry there by Randall. I'm always of the opinion, once you beat 2 or 3 players, you need to look to shift the ball because then you get more people coming towards you. But nonetheless, a very exciting run, and you'll probably learn a little bit more from the SACS defense from that line.
Rondebosch win the scrum here, but it was a good scrum defense by SACS. But we've got the ball on the ground. Rondebosch go to the left. It's Caleb. Oh, he looks for the cut-out pass, but unfortunately goes out, and SACS have a line out just on their 10. I mean, would you like to see some moves now that they've got a 22-point lead?
I want to see moves, even when it's at 0-0, to be quite honest with you. It's good for the boys to shift the ball. Of course, the scoreline is important to an extent, but, we're all about encouraging the boys to express themselves with the moves that, the coaches kind of put out there and the boys kind of work through themselves. So that was a good move. It would be nice for the outside players just to run onto the ball with a little bit of speed there, but here we are with the SACS maul, and let's see if they can exit efficiently from this maul. They've struggled to exit today, but nice big strong run there by SACS all the way into their 22, and let's see if they can exit this nicely.
Unfortunately, the SACS fly off, sloppy kick, but eventually makes its way to the Rondebosch halfway line, and it's a sloppy collection by Rondebosch, and we knock the ball on, and SACS now have no
players who get a little bit lazier, a little bit their reaction time and their concentration levels drop a little because obviously the scoreline is so big. So it's really important that the way you start the game is the way you finish. You keep the intensity at a high level. You keep concentrating, and this is something that the boys will learn over time.
And of course, you don't want to go through the motions in a game because within 5 minutes the scoreline could be 25-15 and SACS will have the momentum. But it's a big scrum by Rondebosch, and we won the scrum against the head. And Randall is going, but it's a forward pass. Unfortunately, he looked like he was running into the SACS try line there.
Yeah, that ball looked flat from our position. We literally directly on the halfway line, and it looked like a really good flat pass for Randall to get into space. But unfortunately, the referee disagrees, and it's a scrum on the halfway line. Good scrum before by Rondebosch. They got the tight head. They'll probably be looking to get the tight head again in this play.
And I mean, I think SACS has definitely lost a big player in the scrum there that just went off injured. Because it looks like now Rondebosch have the advantage in the scrum. The last couple of scrums have gone very well for Rondebosch. Just a scrum reset again. I mean, the boys look the pack looks very excited for the scrum there. I mean, it's always nice to see a scrum.
Is it?
It is. Especially when you win against the head.
Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of the scrum resets, mostly because they take so much time. I'd like to see the ball get put in and ball come out. But obviously you've got to look at the safety of each player and the contest at the scrum. So well worked here by SACS to release the ball into space. Big tackle in the midfield. But unfortunately the referee's got an arm out for a penalty. It looks slightly high. Rondebosch looking very narrow in defense here, so there might be a little bit of space. Oh, another high tackle. That one's probably a cardable offense. Let's see what the ref does.
Yeah, that second high tackle looked very dangerous. And he's lucky to be still on the pitch here.
Yeah, very surprised that the ref didn't put out a yellow card. It was an incredibly high tackle and with a lot of force. So I'm very surprised that a card didn't come out there. But SACS get the penalty and they look to clear deeper into the Rondebosch half.
And it wasn't a foul kick, but it isn't touch, and they have an attacking line out in Rondebosch's half, just past their 40-meter line. And maybe they'll try and get one of those mauls that they got going earlier. It's a short 4-man line out for SACS. probably going to try and get this ball out to the wingers. SACS go with the front ball, but Rondebosch steal it. The jumper gets up once again.
A little bit of a problem with the streaming right now. We've just encountered some technical difficulties, but we'll try to talk you through the game. We'll try to fix it as soon as possible, but a very nice pick up there by SACS, and they're 5 meters from the line. We'll try to get the service up and running as quickly as possible.
I mean, the SACS charged on a brilliant grabber, a brilliant charge on from a grabber kick, put pressure on Rondebosch 10, and now SACS have got to take this opportunity. They haven't had many of them. They're on their 5. And they go with the pick and goes again, but Rondebosch meet them. And Rondebosch hold them while still on Rondebosch 5. And Rondebosch look packed in there on the ruck, making sure they don't make any meters towards that SACS, the Rondebosch try line. And SACS go again with the pick and go, but Rondebosch meet them once again. And SACS go to the short side, they go wide. And the ball looks like it's secured on the ground for SACS, and the SACS have another player down, unfortunately. And Rondebosch drive them back. They drive them back a couple meters. And it looks like Rondebosch have turned the ball over and they've kicked it out into touch. But is that a SACS penalty? It is a SACS penalty. So SACS playing well there. They didn't really relish their opportunity in that in the 5 there. Unfortunately, they have a player down.
We're still having some technical difficulties. We'll try to bring the live pictures back to you. But SACS on the attack here, penalty 5 meters out. They look to get a score pretty soon.
I mean, just to go home with some pride, I would say. Just to get into eventually cross the Rondebosch whitewash.
Yeah, I would call it pride. I think the SACS guys are pretty proud. Regardless of whether they get a point or not, I think they'll be proud either way. They've battled pretty hard, yes.
I think the SACS player eventually got up, and I hope that he's okay, and I think he is okay, and I think play's going to get back underway now with a SACS penalty on a Rondebosch 5. It looks like they're going to set up for the tap and go. We are back underway. SACS tap and go, and they swing it left, and they're just short of the Rondebosch try line. And they go again with the pick and go, but end up just short. Rondebosch defense holds out, but I don't know how much longer Rondebosch can hold on here for. And SACS go again, but it's a brilliant drive back by Rondebosch. And SACS lose about 3-4 meters there, but SACS come again, and SACS score into the corner, making it 25-8. And I think it was coming.
Yeah, really good try there by SACS. Kept the ball really nicely and scored the try in the corner there. We've come away with something obviously to be quite happy about, so really excited about that. Well done, SACS.
Good to know.
Parents ask, why is the streaming
We're trying to...
an issue? Oh, you're working on it. Thanks, man. You must know the parents. Yeah, everybody's talking me up.
Yeah, I think it's all sorted now.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
We'll bring a new laptop for the streaming because there's a problem with the laptop because it's not getting enough stream.
Well, okay.
So dit gaan nog ons gaan wag vir ons kollegas om hier te kom en ons sal vir die volgende game wees van die nuwe laptop hier sit om te werk.
Okay. Dankie, man. Waardeer. Ek weet jy weet van reg. Ek dink jy's 'n cricket.
the SACS fly-off unfortunately leaves it short, and I think it was a difficult kick from the corner there straight into the. Oh, that was actually downwind, sorry. So I think it was just wasn't a great strike. And Rondebosch go with the kickoff here, and it's a deep kickoff by Rondebosch. It's good into SACS 22. SACS don't gather it and it takes one bounce, but SACS are driving up the field.
Good run there by SACS on the edge. I think in those last 5 minutes they must look to keep the ball, and as I say that, they kind of kick it away. Let's see if Rondebosch can counter this. It's a deep kick by SACS. Not well picked up by Rondebosch. Kadima's got the ball, and here we go. He's got a man on the outside, Lupondo, he dummies.
And he keeps going.
Good footwork there by David Kadima, keeps the ball alive. There is space on the outside here, they just need to release the ball.
There go Hans.
Great work, here goes Caleb Jenica. Down the line, uses his speed, can he stay in field? What a step!
That's a great runaway try by Rondebosch. Caleb Jenica under the posts. 38.
Great work there by Caleb Jenica. Started off by a really poor attempt at regathering the ball by Rondebosch, but fortunately, they had David Kadima at the back there, who is a natural fullback. Created some space with some good footwork, a brilliant dummy. They kept the ball alive and gave it to the gas man, David Kadima, who scores a try under the poles. Easier kick for the kicker, and hopefully he can get it over here. Well done, Rondebosch.
I mean, yeah, it was great. It was great play. They kept it alive on the right there, and they managed to get hands quick out.
That's what I say, Tiago. You just gotta keep the ball alive. It's not about creating many breakdown opportunities. It's about keeping the ball alive, keeping the game continuous, keeping it flowing, and you get results from that, you know. And hopefully these boys can take this on to the next season where they can do similar things.
I mean, you certainly do, as evidenced by that try, and I think as evidence just in rugby in general. If you keep the ball alive and you keep moving and keep making meters, you eventually will always score. Well, not always, but you should score. And that try was converted by Rondebosch, and SACS do a good kick-off, but the ref calls it back. Scrum on the halfway line.
Yeah, scrum called there by the referee as the player was in front of the kicker, which can't happen in rugby. The player must always be behind the kicker, the one that's chasing. So it's a scrum on the halfway line, probably the last move of the game. And let's see if Rondebosch can strike with the venom that they've been striking with all game long.
Yeah, it probably will be the final play of the game, and what a better way to end it with a scrum on the halfway. Maybe we can try and milk a scrum penalty here.
No, they must not milk a scrum penalty. They must play.
Rondebosch take it off the back. The 8 goes.
Great run.
Beats one.
On he goes.
He's outgassed
Beats
two.
another one. Jeez, what a big run.
And the
Try
number 8
time.
scores. Brilliant try by Rondebosch.
All the way from the mistake by SACS on the halfway line. He's picked it up from the base of the scrum, and he's galloped 50 meters, beating a few defenders on the way to score a try. I think the SACS defense kind of wilted there as the game has gone on. They've become poorer and poorer, with more long-range tries being scored. And that's the game, 37 points to 8 to Rondebosch. Exciting matchup there on the Tinkie Heyns field. Well done to the two teams for participating on the day. Any last thoughts from you here, Tiago?
That was a brilliant game of rugby to watch. Rondebosch played very, very well, and the scoreline could have been bigger if we just converted our kicks. But at the end of the day, it's picking at small straws here. Rondebosch played really well, and I don't think SACS were able to compete in any, or not any, but majority of the game.